ever been to a trainer, somebody might have mentioned it to you. VO2 max. It stands for volume oxygen max. And basically it means, or it's a measure of how much oxygen you intake when you are working at your maximum performance level. So all the way intense today, you could have used that as a measure, but in real life, so, because we're real people, right? Kind of virtually through here. But yeah, so VO2 max, when you're measuring your VO2 max, it's mostly, it's more, like I said, it's a performance indicator. So it's how much, because the theory is that the more oxygen that you can intake at your maximum level, the more energy you can produce. So more oxygen in, more energy out, it's going to make your performance that much better. So how do you know what your VO2 max is? Well, there's a test that you can do, but usually like performance athletes, they would go and do the real test at their training facility, like on a treadmill, and push it to the max, and they'd have a mask on that's measuring, exactly how much oxygen they're intaking. So people like you and me, we don't have one of those machines. We don't. But there is a way that you can estimate your VO2 max by using things like your age and your resting heart rate, and then testing a small portion of what your exertion heart rate is. So there is a formula. It's kind of complicated, so I don't have it memorized, and like I said, it's kind of complicated. But you can look online if you just type in VO max formula, and it should pop up, and you can plug in your numbers and do the little home test yourself, so you can get an estimate of what your VO2 max is. So what does, VO2 max, okay, so you're gonna get this number. Well, what does that number mean? Again, it's an indicator of your performance, and the higher that your VO2 max is, the better likely you are to perform. So take example like a sedentary person, someone who's not very active, they would probably, they might have a VO2 max of 35. But then you take a performance athlete, someone who's actively exercising and going for it, their VO2 max might be 70. And it's not just training that has to do with what kind of VO2 max you have, but it's also different factors like your age has to do with your VO2 max. The altitude that you're at has to do with your VO2 max. Like if you're at a high altitude, like if you're in Colorado, there's less oxygen available, so your performance rate is going to be down some just because of the altitude changes. So does it matter if you have your VO2 max? Like, does it have to, are you not going to win the game if you have a VO2 max of 70 and the person that you're racing has a VO2 max of 80? No, because there's other things that go involved in winning too, like mental preparation and training preparation. So just because you have the highest VO2 max doesn't mean that you're always going to be the best performer or the winner of the race, but it's good to have it. It's good to have a high one so that you can perform well even when you're just working out. And it's good to, to measure your performance and to keep yourself young and keep yourself good with the things that you do for yourself. So so let's just say one more thing. So if you have a low VO2 max, like I said, there's some genetic factors that go into it. And your age too, like when you're like 20, you're at like your max VO2, like that's the best place for you to be. But as you get older, like your VO2 max could go down 30% over time by the time that you're 65. So can you change it? Yes, you can change it. If you have a low one and you want a higher one, then you just have to train. You have to train for cardio, you have to train for aerobic capacity, you have to do workouts like this. And you have to take care of yourself. Eat well, keep yourself young, keep yourself in a good healthy zone, and you can change your VO2 max. Because just like anything in this world, you can change it if you put your mind to it. Okay guys, I'm happy to be back at the old studio, and I will see you next week. Love you. Bye.